I'm Juan Martinez, and this is hard work, more money.
Ask for money and get advice. Ask for advice, get money twice. I'm from the dirty, but that Chico nice. Y'all call it a moment, I call it life.
I want to share with you a few thoughts about leveraging your brand. I leveraged the brand that I had for 12 years. I leveraged it like crazy, okay? I used it in everything, right? Just the brand name alone, in prospecting and everything that I did.
Right.
And I believe that this brand is even stronger within the consumers out there. We are in a business to go out and create, we're in the business of not waiting or buying, we're in the business of going out and creating it and finding the business. Okay? And so being the reason that we bought this brand is because we knew we were going to build a culture of great executives that were going out there and create business. And I said, what is the biggest brand in the eyes of the consumer, which was one of the biggest reasons, if not the biggest reason, why we bought the Century 21 brand. Okay, so that you can leverage it when you're making phone calls, when you're going out and knocking doors. So I want you guys to leverage the brand as much as you possibly can, because I feel that you guys have the work ethic, you have the skills to go out and sell, and we really don't think about actually leveraging the brand with every opportunity we have. So you have to, leverage that as much as you possibly can. Okay, so I think that first thing is I want to share with you is that the biggest asset that we have when making outbound calls and we're going out and finding business is that national brand. Okay, that gives us instant credibility right on the spot. Okay, instant credibility is like immediately having rapport with a prospect. Okay, that's critically important. You knock on the door and you say, hi, I'm Ken Burrell with Century 21 Real Estate. Okay, instant rapport. That they shut you down or they're in a bad mood, whatever. Okay, the majority of the times when they see Century 21 Real Estate, the first thing they're doing is bringing their guards down. Okay, and they know they can say no to you or whatever, but they don't have to be hiding. They know there's trust there. Okay, when you're calling an expired or a FSBO, same thing. It gives you the edge over the competition. You're calling an expired, you say, hey, this is Juan with Century 21 Real Estate. Century 21 Real Estate. Okay, they put their guards down. So one way of leveraging your brand is being clear all the time, okay, with the initial contact, who you represent. You represent Century 21 Real Estate. That is your brand. You guys got to use it more. Use it as much as you can. Use it on your voicemail. Have it on your email. Okay, it's how you answer your phone. Hi, this is Juan with Century 21 Real Estate. How can I help you? Get into the habit of doing that. Okay, how you introduce yourself to people out on the streets. Hey, my name's Juan Martinez with Century 21 Real Estate. Tools and the benefits that Century 21 has to offer, which is probably over 50 or 75 different things that they have that you can leverage. I just want you to narrow it down to 3 or 5 things that you always have as ammunition on you when you're making calls, you're knocking doors, and you see an opportunity to drop a seed on somebody about the Century 21 brand. Okay? 5 products that you know inside and out. You guys know, you guys should do that with a company too. You have the brand, and then you have your real estate office. I've heard you guys do pitches on the real estate office. Well, we're 200 agents strong, or we have an amazing sales floor. We have 200 out prospecting looking for buyers for your home. You do the same thing with your company, but you should know with your brand when you're going to throw out a seed and plant a seed, okay, when you have that opportunity to throw it. And then all of a sudden it changes that prospect's perspective about you, and now they really want to know what you have to offer. Okay, does this make sense?
Yes.
Okay. So when you're talking to a prospect, you have the ability to present a product, okay, that will completely benefit the seller or the buyer and cause them to give you an appointment. Okay, and I'm going to give you guys some thoughts here. Okay, so right now, what is it that you are presenting with the Century 21 brand? Is there anything? Can you really, we're the largest office. We have 100,000 plus associates. What are some of the things that you can leverage? So let me just give you a few thoughts, okay? This is only a few, probably 50 to 100 different things, okay? We are 100,000 plus associates. I think it's somewhere around 103, 106,000, okay? You could pull this information up online. We have 6,900 offices. We've been around since 1971, okay? We're in 78 countries. I have a list of all the countries here. Mr. and Mrs. Buyer or Mr. and Mrs. Seller, if you had an international brand, okay, and we're creating exposure for your home, not in Vegas, not in just the United States, but all over the world, do you think we could get a little bit more money for your home? See, I'm presenting this with a question. I'm not selling, I'm presenting it with a question. If you have 3 to 5 things that you really know well, you present it through a question, okay? Does this make sense?
Yes.
Okay, so this is out. Okay, next, we have a home seller's guide. I didn't know this. I'm not out there on the street selling, because if not, I would. Okay, does anybody know the home seller's guide?
Yes.
Yes.
No.
2 yeses.
No.
3. Okay, it talks about planning the sale. Planning the sale. It talks about making a decision whether you want to sell. Okay? It talks about creating a marketing plan. It talks about staging and showing your home. It talks about negotiating the deal. Okay? So, Mr. Seller, I know that you're considering possibly selling, and so would you like me to send you, okay, a home seller guide that talks about planning the sale of your home, that talks about the negotiations, about what we're going to do for marketing? Would that be of interest to you? What is the response?
Yes.
You're not pushing it. You're not saying, hey, we do this, we do that. No. Would you like me to provide you some information? Okay? It's not abrasive, and you're leveraging your brand. You have this, okay, the home seller guide. We have Century 21. Hang in there, Dennis. We have Century 21, okay, a Showcase Advantage listing program, right? It's showcasing your listing on Zillow. It's showcasing yourself on Trulia, your home. It's putting you in Home Finder, in Homes.com, okay? Realtor.com. So, Mr. and Mrs. Seller, if your home was showcased through the 5 largest real estate websites in the industry, do you feel you would have an advantage over your competition? Now imagine you're talking to an expired who had an independent company and never communicated, never talked about what they did to get the home sold. Are you going to have the seller's attention?
Yes.
Okay, leveraging your brand. Okay? Always present your value proposition through a question. That's how you present it. More things that you can promote. The golden ruler. I'm sure you guys heard of it. I had heard of it. I didn't know what it was. Did some research. Found the golden ruler. Okay? Tracks all the leads. Tracks all the hits on the websites. All the different websites that are out there will tell you, hey, century21.com produced 1,200, hits. It produced 8 leads last week, Mr. and Mrs. Seller. You track how many property views. Okay, we track from what cities the buyers are looking at your home from. If they're in New York and you know what? 400 people from New York State was looking at your property. Actually, it's from the city, not the state.
Yeah.
Okay? This is what the golden ruler does. We can create an online summary marketing report on a weekly basis. Okay? There is so many things that you can do within the Century 21 system. Leveraging this. By the way, you could do this on price reductions too. Okay? All this stuff you can leverage. Brand awareness. Okay? 2014 Millward Brown study says that 94% of consumers had the highest level of confidence with the Century 21 brand. Okay? You never mentioned competitors. However, Berkshire Hathaway is only 20%. Realty Executives 14%. Redfin 9%. ERA surprisingly at 41%. Century 21, 94%. People trust you. Just got to make sure you're saying the right things. So you don't say the right things, then they lose trust. See, the moment you knock on the door, you call them, whatever, and you say Century 21 Real Estate, there's trust. You only lose the trust when bad stuff comes out of your mouth. Okay? You have Fine Homes and Estates division. You're working a price of $500, $800, $1 million, $2 million. You got Fine Homes and Estates. Did you guys know there was a magazine?
Yes.
Okay. So are you leveraging when you work in the high end? You know, Mr. Seller, I know that you were with an independent company. However, are you familiar that Century 21, you know, is very strong with the Fine Homes and Estates, right? Do you mind if I send you a magazine of how we promote our, you know, high-end properties? What is their answer?
Yes.
Okay? There's another one. You have the Seller Service Pledge Certificate, okay? 21 powerful things that you can do to get the home sold. I read through all of them. It's pretty strong. And any potential seller that reads through this and you say, look, I'm going to commit, I'm going to sign off on this, I'm going to do all these things to get your home sold and go through this pledge, okay? You can totally leverage this. You can leverage it through cold calling. You can leverage it through door knocking, right? And it covers all the things that you're going to do. It's going to talk about how big the office. And if you just knew these 21 points, you could leverage this in prospecting all day long, right? There are so many ways to leverage your brand. You got to take advantage of it. You got to take advantage of it on the initial calls, when you're qualifying, when you're presenting, when you're getting price reductions. You can leverage all the things that your brand is doing for you. Are you doing it? If you're not, incredible salespeople will know when that moment kicks in that you can drop a pitch. But you got to have 3 to 5 ready to go at all times. When you're listening and they say something, you know, this company, they really didn't do anything for me. You know, they didn't do any marketing. Well, are you aware of this? You're aware we have that. And that's how you get these appointments. What is our job description? To find highly motivated sellers, okay, that want to list their homes right now. If we can get that part down, we're gonna have a lot of success, and that per person production is going to grow. So with that, we want you to have, okay, a powerful business. We want you to leverage everything that you have here in the company, your brand, everything that we're doing, okay, and we want to see your business get to the next level. So with that, let's
Ask for money and get advice. Ask for advice